Happy Saturday. It's Kay Hall again here. I am your friendly trichologist from the state of Maryland. I'm in a sharing mood today, and I wanted to share another photo that I thought was just great information. Two photos are in front of you, same day, same client, same consultation. This photo on this side is a depiction of how she came in when she first arrived for her appointment. And from outside looking in, you would never be able to tell that this client had hair loss. Now, if it wasn't for, me understanding some things on her consultation form, looking at her scalp under the microscope and seeing, the hair fall with the hair pull test, I wouldn't have known. If I had just seen her in the grocery store, I would never have known that this was what this client was working with. After the consultation, she upgraded to receive her first treatment, which allowed me to see it on the clinical side and wet that hair down and see how that hair responds, check the moisture level, porosity, and the hydration level of the client's hair. Once that hair got wet and it started to shrink, it went from this really big hair to this really, really small hair. And now you're able to actually see in this photo what we're actually dealing with when it comes to hair loss. And I'm just going to move myself over a little bit. You can see how wide that area is, how red, how inflamed that area. This is from a chemical service, right? Not a relaxer service, of course, because she's natural, but this is from a hair color service. So let's get a little bit more into that and talk about it. Hold on one second. All right. So this is what inflammation feels like, okay? The area on the top where the strands are, that's what you see in the mirror when you part your hair. That's what we see as technicians when we look down at your hair. And what happens underneath the skin in the actual follicle and the tissue of the hair, that is what you will potentially feel if you have an inflamed scalp. Inflammation can feel many different things. It can feel like burning, it can feel like tenderness, it can feel sore. Every time the hair moves, it'll feel like you can actually feel the blade of hair moving in the follicle because of the sensitivity of it. So that particular client received a bleaching service to get her to the platinum level that I guess was discussed between her and her practitioner, and the bleaching service just went on for too long, right? It gave an incredible amount of inflammation in the follicle underneath, and it stirred it up. It's on fire, it's hot, it's irritated, and now she has inflammation in the follicle, which in turn led to the hair loss that you see on the actual scalp portion of the hair in the photos that I showed you previously. The thing about hair loss is that a lot of it can be caused by inflammation. Inflammation is no different than inflammation in your knee, inflammation in your elbow. You have to control the inflammation. If you go to your doctor to go get a cortisone shot in your wrist or your elbow or your knee, it's there to control the inflammation and control the pain so that you're able to walk and have full movement and full range with that joint. Having inflammation in the follicle is the same. That's what we do. I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a doctor, but dermatologists will use cortisone shots to control inflammation. I use more holistic methodologies to control inflammation, but you cannot get forward movement or growth with hair restoration or hair growth until you're able to control that inflammation. Understanding what triggered that inflammation. Was it dietary? Was it systemic with having an autoimmune disorder? Was it stress? Was it adrenals? Was it a chemical process? Was it induced by you or a practitioner that worked on it? Those are some questions that I like to answer in my clinic when people come to see me. And if you would like to know more about your hair loss case, or you know someone that may be interested in learning about their hair loss case, please share my information with them. Send them this video. Please like it, repost it, bookmark it for later. and let's help educate the community on hair loss and how to fix it and how to move forward in restoration and recovery.